This is just like, this is a beautiful picture.
Right.
Oh, there's a coochie. That's there. And then you go back to looking at the bedroom that they're in because there's so many minute details.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit Podcast. Here with a special episode for you. My name is Sam the Bomb. Okay. And I have a funky, super cool, super fudge coated mega deluxe edition guest with me. Sen.
What's up?
What's up?
It's me.
It's Sen.
Very excited for this.
What up? Okay, so let me just tell you what happened really quick, okay? Y'all do your thing with Audacity. Audacity works for a lot of you. And we're a remote podcast, right? So like a lot of the guests that we talk to, and even just the three of us, me, Nick, and Danny, we're a remote podcast, right? So we record in separate places and so for some reason, I'm like, Sen, let's do this thing where we talk about art and cats, and they were like, yeah, let's fucking do it. And my Audacity fucked up and I lost all the audio, and all I had my backup audio was not recording me, it was only recording Sen. So I had Sen's recording of Sen and then my recording of Sen, and that was it. So it's just like we actually did this before Otakon, and it was supposed to come out before that. And anyways,
should have just released like the recording of me talking to myself. The people would have loved it, I'm telling you. Or
I should have edited in, like, re-recorded my thing, but in different accents, so it was somebody else. You'd be like, oh yeah, and then the thing about this, about Maro is and I'd just be like, oh, that's just fascinating. How endearing. Or I could have done like the New York thing that Danny hates when we do it. How you done? Oh yeah, sounds good. Some vampire babies killing babies. I love it. It's a little wackadoodle, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it sounds interesting enough, Anyways, I'm gonna go get a bagel. You want one? Anyways. So the reason why is because we were talking about art and anime as an art form, and like how it's more than just what we're seeing on the screen. It's more than just Goku doing a Kamehameha. It's more than Totoro being a big fat cat or whatever he is. You know what I mean? Like it's more than, it goes past that, right? So clearly it started one place and became this other thing, and now it's become this other thing, and now it's become this other thing, right? So which we'll get through, right? But anyways, I did have a question of the week and a waifu and his bando, and the question of the week was from Nick, or was from somebody. No, it's not from Nick. I don't know who asked this question, but favorite character design of a non-human character. I think I don't even remember what I answered the last time, but it was probably something like Legoshi or something from Beastars, or yeah. And I think Sen probably said Bondrewd.
I can't remember my... Oh, that's right.
You probably said Bondrewd, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like something I would say.
But yeah, it was funny because before we started recording, I was like, Sen was like, wait, what did I say last time for waifu and his bando? And I had reminded them, and it was super funny. Sen's always got one thing on the mind. It just makes me laugh. But anyways, you thought of a new set of them, didn't you? Just now?
Yeah, I've got a new waifu and husband.
You said move on. You're moving on.
Those titties are old titties. We're moving on to new titties. For waifu, in Manga Club, we're reading the manga for Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. So my waifu is gonna be Midna.
Yeah.
She gets a lot more like page time. She's a more fleshed out character than in the game, or so I've heard. And also, she's so sexy. Her design goes crazy.
She really is. Yeah,
yeah, she's like blue and ginger, I think. And she's got like I don't even know what you would call it, but it's like showing her stomach and
midriff.
Like, yeah, showing everything possible.
Yeah.
Great design.
It's really good.
My husbando is gonna be, my husbando period above all else is gonna be Nanami Kento.
All day.
Because I feel like he's like the man of the hour right now. And not just like because of the most recent episodes, but like this entire season, people have been just going crazy for that man. And I understand it.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Sen was there. Like they were there.
In my defense, I was a simp from the moment I saw him in season 1.
Yeah, like you
took some people a little longer, but not me.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was gonna say you've been there, and I don't remember how it came up. It was probably just like a piece you posted from Twitter or something, and you were like, "Wait a minute, who's this?" Oh man, yeah, Nanami Kento is
perfect man.
Woo. Well, and it was funny because some of the anime stuff that is coming through our TikTok feed is starting to flow into Trisha's TikTok feed.
Oh, really?
And Sen is like, or Trisha was like, "Who's this character?" I keep seeing a lot of people, a lot of the cosplayers I follow keep dressing up as this person. And so I explained it to Trisha and what the trend is going around right now. And I showed them the episode of when he does the,
Yeah.
And Trisha was like,
Trisha gets it.
Yeah, Trisha was like, hold on. She's like, nah, bro, hold on. Wait a minute. It was so fucking funny.
No, and it's not even like I was thinking about it, that like the hair pulling scene, right? Like the one that people went crazy over. It's not even like he's like his shirt is on, he's fully clothed. It's just like his demeanor, I think. And also the drawings are really, really great in those few cuts. Yeah. They've gone crazy.
But also you can't help but feel like they knew it exactly, like the border knew exactly what they were doing. Because it's not in the manga. Like
exactly.
People are horny, man. Like artists are so horny nowadays. Yeah. I thought it was just us. It's like, no, it's actually everybody. It's people in the field as well.
There was like the meme about like whoever animated this did it with one hand. Which, like, I get it. I see it. I see the vision.
I've never seen. I didn't see that one. That's good. That's so fucking funny, dude. Yeah, no, like that's God, Nanami, dude. Nanami's not. He's not my personal. Like but from afar, I get it. I'm seeing people.
Wait, Sam, who's your favorite? Wait, let me guess. Is there a number 1?
There's like I switch back and forth. I switch back and forth between two people.
Is it?
One is like really a basic choice. Huh?
It's not Gojo, is it?
I switch between Gojo, which is the really basic choice, and somebody else.
Is it Mahito?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess Mahito and Choso. I didn't know that you were a Gojo simp.
Yeah, like because he was the first one because when I first started reading it, he was the first character where I was kind of just like, oh, hold on. Because like
he's so cool.
He did the stretchy thing. He's like, nah, I'm really strong, dude. Don't worry about it. And I was like, wait, hold on. Ever since then, I've been like, you gonna stretch for me too? Like when you come to bed or what? And then when Mojito showed up on the screen or on the page, it was the scars, and I was just like,
"Yep,
you hate him so much, but like I just
I don't care that he's stinky."
Fucking Nick is like, he probably never washes.
No, I'm certain he doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Don't care. It's not the point. Yeah, dude, Nanami and Minna. I was seeing you guys post some of that in Manga Club, and I was like, oh shit, God, this art is so good.
It's like, so I don't know, this isn't the Twilight Princess cast, but it's like it has its moments. There's moments in between that like aren't so great. You know what I mean?
Well, kind of funded
also
in
they
a little
like
bit. Let the editors do it.
Yeah. But every time so I think it's like 2 female artists who they have like a pen name that they both drew the manga, but they take so much care in making Link as twinkified as possible. And I really appreciate it. It's not like the best manga, but it when it wants to look good, it really does.
A twink to the past.
Twink to the past.
It's the best one, dude.
Twink's Awakening.
Twink's Awakening. Yeah, dude. I'm totally. I was gonna read these, and I didn't. I'm currently reading through the Kingdom Hearts manga right now by Shiro Amano, and I kind of wish they would have given it this treatment, the Legend of Zelda treatment, but it's because like one
How
volume. It's all right. It's the artwork is kind of it's kind of cute. It's like a weird cutesy art, but like they do one volume for like one game, and it's just kind of like, or maybe the first game is 2 volumes, and then Chain of Memories is 1 volume. I don't know. They like rush through everything.
That seems
yeah.
I was gonna say that seems not possible.
Yeah, it just seems like, well, then why do it at all? You know, I don't know. But
the Twilight Princess manga is also like, because I never played the game, so like
sure.
I don't know the story.
I never beat it. I got really.
I think that these manga, and I don't know if it's like all manga adaptions of video games, but I think that they assume that the reader has already played the game.
Sure.
And it just like the story is moving so fast, and like this, I don't know. I'm sure that like there's an audience for it that would love it, but I'm not sure that that's me. I'm sure I would appreciate it more if I had already played the game. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's definitely how the Kingdom Hearts ones feel. It definitely makes an assumption that you're just consuming this because you played the game or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Which is a little disappointing, but also like I get it, I guess. I don't know. Then we're just like, why do it? You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
Right, exactly.
Anyways, do you see that what just happened there? What me and Sen just did? That happens all the time. Yeah. So the reason why I asked Sen to come on and talk to me about this is because not because it matters how anyone else consumes this medium. It's just Sen and I do it similarly. I think for me, I'm a little more open than the way Sen consumes anime, but like we also consume it beyond the animated stuff in the manga. Like, you know what I mean? Like we consume it beyond that, right? So I think, and also because Sen we're both artists, right? So, and the reason why is because like, and again, like I said, it doesn't matter if you consume anime this way or not. I think everyone should just enjoy it how they want to enjoy it. But there's certain things that like, when you're watching something and you just see something happen, or you you see the way a character is designed, we just know who it is right away, or we know what it looks like, or it reminds us of something, and it's just this weird thing, and it's just kind of, it gets you excited. It's kind of like when you watch, you turn on a new TV show, and you're like, oh, that's the guy from Seinfeld or something. I don't know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's almost like that in a weird way, but
yeah,
it's fun to gush about that kind of thing and gush about animation techniques for me and Sen. And the reason why I brought them on here in the first place is because they're kind of the person who started making me care about that stuff again. And so it's funny because like when I would say things about it back then, when I was a kid, I would get made fun of for it. You know what I mean? Like they were just like, oh, like why would you? Yeah. Like why would you know that? Who cares? Who fucking cares? And even some people close to me, like they would poke jokes at me, like, oh, like you're fucking, who cares, dude? Nobody fucking cares about that. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I care because obviously, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's somebody who like fucking painted it, like, you know, painted this thing, right? So like,
right.
And I don't know, maybe it's because like me and my mom, and when we were younger, my mom would try and like always find like those VHS and DVDs of Disney things where you could see like behind the scenes shit afterwards all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I just love watching them do that paper flippy thing, you know? And
the thing that there's like a specific technique with their hands. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It looks so crazy when people do it.
So they can see the frames in between and coming after, you know what I mean? So it looks like they're animating it with their hands really quick. I would love that shit, you know what I mean? But it's also just like beyond that, like this person's obviously like an artist. Like they don't know just how to just draw with the frames. They know how to draw the thing that's going in the frames, right? So it's like, anyways. And I know I asked you this last time, so we don't have to rehash the whole thing, but I know for you kind of said like, and you've said it on our other episodes before too, like on the plummet and stuff. But like, you know, you got into anime and then at some point you decided it wasn't cool and then kind of got back into it. But like, what was the part that started making you care about, or that got, not making you care, but like get excited about who draws what and that kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Right. And I mentioned this before because I think it is illustrated it so well, was that like the very first episode of Eizouken,
that's right.
Where she's watching Conan, I think, right?
Or something like it.
She has like this epiphany for the first time that like somebody created this, like a real person created what I'm seeing. And I talked about it last time, is that I think that a lot of people who get into like being interested in production have a moment like that. And mine, I have like two moments like that. The first was with Princess Mononoke. The opening scene when there's a cut of Ashitaka riding his elk through the forest, and it's like he's moving on, the camera's following him, and he's riding the elk, and then there's brush in the foreground and the leaves are moving in the foreground, and then there's sunlight filtering through the leaves, and the light is like also moving and casting shadows on
in the beginning
the form
you're talking about.
Yes, yes, exactly. And it was like one of those moments where it was like, it is so crazy to like conceive something like that, where I was like fuck, like somebody like this didn't exist before, and then somebody took pencil to paper and now it's material, like now it exists in the real world. And it's so it was a moment where I was like, it's so insane that something like this exists. And then
the thing about that frame too, in particular, though, that sequence, some of these animators, some of these artists that work at Ghibli, or I swear to God, they will make it so like it's natural to your eyes. Like, oh yeah, that's what outside looks like. Oh, okay.
Yes.
And it's just
exactly.
okay. You know what I mean? It's just
so
like
crazy.
it's perfect. Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
Anyways, your second one?
And then the second one, which was like when I actually like was, prompted to look up who the heck it was in I think it's the second season of My Hero Academia in the tournament arc.
Deku versus Todoroki.
Exactly. The Utapon scene where he's
Yutaka
like,
Nakamura. Yeah.
Yes, yep. He's like, there's one specific cut where, like, the whole scene is insane, but there's one specific cut where Todoroki is like moving his hand through the air, and there's like impact frames and like sparks flying off his hand as like the heat is kind of warping the air around him. It's unbelievable. And I was like, all right, now I have to know like who's responsible for this. So I think that was like the actual thing that got me into like seeing who did what.
It's funny that I knew what you were talking about right away, and here's why.
Yeah,
because
it's so crazy.
It's so nuts. It's so nuts. Yeah, it's so fucking wild. And Sakagaboro's down right now, so I can't tell you the people who did like the parts before the parts before and after. Because it was like 3 or 4 of them that worked on that. Where when he first burst like the flames out, it's like there's like what we call people. But at the beginning of this podcast, I kind of kept it to myself. I didn't want to tell anybody, or I didn't really want to bring shit up because I didn't really care about it. Because it's like I kind of felt like, well, nobody's gonna care if I, you know what I mean? So I'm just not gonna say anything. And one time, however many fucking years ago it was now, however long, I don't know, Sen's been part of our Discord for a while now, but Sen posted that cut and was like, you guys don't know how amazing this is. I think about it all the fucking time. And I remember replying to them and going, fuck yeah, dude. Like, that's like fucking is so amazing. And I think that's when I started caring. Sen's kind of the person who started making me care again. So, so now we gush about it often, and I thought,
yeah,
I want to talk about this. I want to record this, and that's probably it. Now, if I could tell you the very first time when I started caring about it back then, I ain't gonna lie to you. It probably was like a mecha thing, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like it was probably like it was probably like a Tano or something, you know? But ADV Films, when you would put in one of the tapes, they would have like fucking, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe almost 10 minutes of trailers for other animes they were producing before the actual anime started. Like Disney tapes did, And we used to watch those all the time. We never skipped them because they were so cool. They would even put like the OP song like with it, and I bet you one of those previews probably did it for me too. I don't know which one, but
which like mecha animating is like insane. It's so crazy.
Like, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah, like
like how do you even like think of this shit? I don't I don't understand it.
It's so fucking wild to me. And I bet you there's a cut somewhere in the Desco in the first couple episodes, or the 8th MS team that did it for me too. You know what I mean? The Goof is one of my favorite like Gundam suits ever. So the Goof. The Goof. Sounds like a Nick thing. I don't know why. It's like a Nick thing. Hey Nick, why don't you go get in your fucking Goof, huh? You fucking dingus. Anyway. But that's really interesting, right? Okay, so like that's like beyond that, right? I think it's a lot of people in our Discord, you and a bunch of other people that will that are on Twitter, and a lot of Japanese and Korean and Asian artists and just other kinds of anime and manga artists are on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they get jobs in the industry. Sometimes that's just all they do is just draw, right? So it's like, or they just make manga or whatever.
Sometimes they get jobs through Twitter. I've
Right.
seen that before.
Yeah. And like, or they'll get a job doing something for, there was one, there's actually one that Jeremy posted yesterday. Rooney, I think his name is, but like he draws a lot of Transformers, and he got a job doing like the designs for Star Fox Zero, which was like 2017 or whatever. There was like there was that OVA orange OVA that me and Mario reviewed. He did the designs for those. And I love
like as a fan, or
no, like he got hired to like do the to do some of the character designs or costume designs of the characters, I guess, because like Star Fox Zero is like it's like a remake of the first game or something.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been a Star Fox fan for a while. I just like, because they're animals, I like them. But fucking peppy hair and all that shit. But Star Wolf is actually my favorite, just so you guys know. Star Wolf till I die. If you're not Team Star Wolf, get the fuck out of my face. But beyond that, right? Like I've been introduced to a lot of artists because of you and people posting in there, that I've just been like, wow, there's also people who just fucking draw, right? Which is what I like doing. I like making comics, and I think when I was a kid, that's what I wanted to do, was make comics. And I did. I would fill out sketchbooks of just like whole like comics that I was writing or making or whatever. They're probably terrible now if I go back and read them. But I was a kid, I'm just edgelord stuff. But there are a lot of these artists, like that's what they do, is they just fucking draw. And one artist that I kind of got into on Pixiv, or was it through one of the Visions books, maybe? I don't remember. But like Mika Picasso, right? She had a whole fucking art exhibit on just her art, right? And I don't know if she's done any work for, I know she did an Evangelion piece, and I think that was for like an art book of some kind. I don't know if that was for any particular official Evangelion thing or whatever. Or maybe it was just because she was just doing it. But like, I don't know what else she's been hired for, if she's done any actual like anime production stuff. But, just on her art alone, she's had an art exhibit, and it's anime, right? And it's funny, Sen, because like when I was a kid, there was this big thing. There was a couple art schools around my local town. And then obviously in the cities, there was the Art Institute of whatever. And anime was the thing that was frowned upon back then. It was not creative.
I think like in like the art world, it still kind of is, like it's still kind of like a cheapened version of art.
Right.
But go on, I'm sorry.
No, like it's still seen that way, absolutely. Like, yeah, it's
right.
Maybe not as much back then, but it definitely still is. Like I can't bring one of my pieces into like a museum and be like, hey, let's put this next to this fucking painting of a square that someone did. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like.
But then there's also like, and it's something that I should probably like, I don't know, research more, because there are people like in like the super flat art movement that it's like very, directly inspired by anime, but it's still considered like, like high art, like, stuff that you would put in a museum.
Sure.
Which I'm not sure where the distinction is there. Maybe I guess whoever's willing to pay for or display these things.
Well, that's the thing too, is like maybe some of it is street art. I don't know, because there are people who there's graffiti artists who are getting out here hired to do like fucking 50-foot murals, on buildings and such. Like, Vulcan and Doke and all of them. But like, I've never been good at graffiti. I like doing it because it's fun, but Montana paints are expensive. Anyways, but they smell good. I like putting them in a bag and going. I'm just kidding. Don't fucking do that, please. I'm one of those people who I like the smell of nail polish and paint and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
But also disclaimer: don't. But
don't don't just go oh yeah, buddy. You know what I mean? Don't do as I say, not as I do. Don't listen to Sen. But no, that's a good point. It kind of makes you think beyond the super flat movement. Where is the connection? Right. Because you'll even see in some anime artworks, especially some of these artists that I follow on Pixiv. Now that I made a Pixiv to put my artwork on. And I just also an excuse for me to just follow a bunch of cool things. You'll see people work in things like graphic design and graffiti in their pieces and stuff like that, right? And it's kind of cool. It looks like the piece by itself looks like street art. And one that I've been following, their name is Etanoma. It looks like something the characters, the little girls and lollies they draw or whatever. It looks like something you would see spray painted on the side of a building or on an album cover of some kind. It looks like it's just this very wild, very colorful thing. And I think that's another thing that kind of Mika has brought to the forefront is the way they use colors is if you dared someone to use every color in one piece, she would fucking do it. Fucking crazy.
It's blinding.
But you can't help but just find every little fucking thing that they've worked in, which is like Vulcan did, right? Montana gave him one can of every color and they said, do this fucking 100-foot mural using every can. And he did. And it was fucking weird. It was crazy. That's kind of what Mika reminds me of. And I am, but that's kind of what I mean, right? That's kind of why I wanted to talk to you about it too, because there were so many ways to appreciate hey, Slab, what the fuck is that? Okay. What are you fucking talking about? Well, okay. What is it? Right. It's a medium, visual, audio, or a combination of both, or an animation, or, you know what I mean? Or a combination of all those things that's visually or audibly appealing, right? You look at the Mona Lisa and you're like, oh, it's a fucking masterpiece. It's delicious. Whatever. Or some of those sculptures that are in, I forgot where Sen told me where it was, but they're these, they're super homoerotic, man. They're fucking, not homoerotic, but super homosexual. Just
homosexual. thick women with towels, hanging out with other women with peepees. And it's just really visually appealing, but they're 3D right there. You can touch them, you can feel them, and you can look at them. Anyways, that's what art is, right? And so anime is a combination of drawing, painting, moving pictures, and audio put together, right? So that's what anime is. It's what a television show is, except a live action television show is instead of drawing everything, you have an actor. You have actors doing the things and saying the things, saying the lines, and then you just record it with a video camera or whatever the fuck you're doing. But so it's then why isn't anime considered that thing? Why isn't manga considered that thing? Because they do the same things. Right. And it's so funny because on our show sheet, I had posted a video from the anime man. I deleted it because it was an old video and he sucks. But I'm just kidding, man. You don't suck. That video sucks, but you don't suck. But that was the question of the video is is anime an art form? And he had a very good explanation of why places like art institutes and things like that may not view it as whatever. But I'm just here to tell you, not you, Sen, but just whoever's listening, that I disagree. Yeah, and I think that like the what makes like anime and the anime production structure specifically, like what makes that like perfect for people like you and me is that like the production structure allows for like individual creativity to shine through. It's not like not that like that doesn't exist in animation made in other parts of the world, but like Western animation, it's a lot of it goes through so much polishing that it looks very cohesive, where like in contrast to that, like the Japanese animation production structure allows for like you can see from episode to episode, it's not a lot of the time not going to look the same because there's a different episode director, there's a different animation director who's doing all the checks for all the drawings. So it looks like you can see individuality in anime, which I think like is part of what makes it so interesting to people like you and me. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're nailing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and I was thinking about this with I don't want to like go on too long of a tangent, but I was thinking about this with I saw The Boy and the Heron recently.
So jealous.
And it was really good. Have you like gotten tickets to see it? Is it playing near you?
Not yet. I haven't tried to look, but
I should look that up later. A lot of places it's gonna be like the 7th through like that week and a half there after the 7th, so like in a week, 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's playing a lot of places. Yeah, get on that.
Whoops. Tell Danny and Nick real quick.
So I was thinking about this with The Boy and the Heron because there's and I was talking to you about this. There's an Shinya Ohira scene.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning when and it's shown in the previews, the scene where like the city is getting bombed, and like Ohira has worked on Miyazaki films before, but it's like Miyazaki films have such a like they have such strict boundaries for animation. Like everything has, despite them being like very whimsical and dreamy a lot of the time, they still adhere to like very like rigid visual standards, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like the Ohira scene at the beginning of The Boy and the Heron is like it's probably like one of the most radical departures from what we know a Miyazaki film to look like, and it was just like so cool to see, because you just like you don't see that. I'm sure that there's people who know much more about animators and their styles who can like pick out an animator in a Miyazaki film, but it's much more difficult because they have such strict standards for how they look. But like that Ohira scene, it's like so loose and wobbly, and it was just like very cool to you can spot it immediately, and it's cool to see that because like it never happens in a Miyazaki film. But that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about with anime, because that kind of thing happens all the time in TV anime where you can see individuality and you know, an artist or a director's like visual intent. And I think that's like what you and I really love about it.
Yeah, no, you fucking nailed it. Yeah, like it's, and I think I'm trying to think of a good example of what you're talking about. In oh, you know what, son? The Igarashi episode in Dynazenon. It's like 9 or 10. Yeah. Oh my, you could tell, or at least I could. You know, we could tell. And I remember we gushed about that because everyone else hated Dynazenon. We loved it. I think it was like me, you, and Mike.
It's so good.
Yeah, like it was like me, you, and Mike, and one other person. Everyone else was just like, yeah. Gridman was better because I'm Nick and I like to fart, whatever.
And like Igarashi also had his own episode in Gridman too.
Gridman too, I think it was like 8 or 9. Yeah. Fucking amazing, dude. Fucking crazy. I think Cyberpunk was another one where, and one also, I cited 2 trigger things. It also kind of helps where you kind of know, for me anyways, it helps kind of knowing like that some of these animators kind of, you know, that they're going to do stuff with this studio kind of thing. But I know we just reviewed, by the time you're hearing this, the episode already about it, but we just reviewed Scott Pilgrim. And
ooh.
I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it's very Science Saru looking. You know what I mean? Like, but Nishigaki like boarded this really cool sequence of Lucas Lee just skateboarding through like a whole film studio.
Oh, he should have been my husbando.
Oh yeah, Lucas Lee. I was about to say what, Nishigaki? Like,
No.
Yeah, Lucas Lee, dude. He's the way they knew exactly what they were fucking doing, man.
That's my type, baby.
They fucking find him. The character designer for Scott Pilgrim, they've done a lot of stuff in trigger designing and art direction, and it's funny because it's a studio Science Saru, but like there was a lot of David production and a lot of animators that were known for doing stuff in David production and Trigger studio stuff, which is really interesting. Because if I were to think of someone to do a Scott Pilgrim anime, it would be one of those 3 studios, and they all kind of did it together, which is kind of cool. But yeah, no, they fucking himbified the shit out of him. And like they made all the characters more lovable, and I loved it. But yeah, dude, like it was very, the director, Abel Gongora, they did my favorite short in Star Wars Visions, which is TOB1. So for me, it was like I just was like gushing about it the whole time. I fucking loved it. But yeah, no, it's things like that. Like you could tell, it's exactly what you said. Like it kind of the production, the way a show goes through its course of production, kind of allows for more creative things like that. You kind of see, it's like when it's almost like when people do these collab pieces or whatever the hell, and it's like you can tell which of your favorite artists did which part of the painting or whatever the hell. Right. You know what I mean? And which is cool. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the whole idea. It's like when you get those. I actually have one, and I forgot the name of it, but it's an Evangelion art book, and each like there's just a bunch of different artists who contributed. It's like one of those. You know what I mean? There's like even I think there's a Sushio piece in there, also.
Oh.
Or not Sushio, but yeah. Actually, no, I think it's Sushio. But like, there's a couple artists who like did Evangelion pieces, and it's a really big book. But anyways,
is it the decade art book?
Yeah,
it has like a bunch of like a lot of it is like advertisements.
Yeah. Advertisements.
Like the bullet train, whatever.
Decade Evangelion. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, Trisha got it for me. Yes, you're right. Yeah, Decade. Sorry, I didn't know what it was called. 2007 to 2017. It's just called Evangelion Illustrations. 2007 to 2017. I think it was Imaishi or maybe, but like it was for something, obviously, because like what Sen said, it was like a bunch of stuff. Traveling brochures, things like that.
Toothbrushes,
like because there's an Evangelion everything. I wanted to get Nick the Evangelion bucket, Sen.
No way.
There was a bucket. They had even. Let me find it. Hold on. I saw it, and you know what?
No way.
I saw it on Bai, and then it was gone.
Oh, was it like a?
Yeah, I found.
What was it like?
Straight up, just a straight up pail.
Just a
pail.
bucket. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like they're just different colors, and they have like the little Ava. I gotta find one. I gotta find it and get it for Nick.
Oh, it would have been perfect.
Like, it's a Crunchyroll store. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's sold out. But like, there's just it's a little tiny bucket. They also have ones that are paint buckets. They're like going for like $200 on eBay. It's fucking wild. I almost kind of want to just buy it just so I can say I got Nick a really expensive gift. But anyways.
Oh, it says Ava Garage. Which implies that there's like a whole Unit 1 toolkit or something.
Oh yeah, I bet. I didn't even read the article. Advertise Nerve Cargo. It's like
oh my god.
It's like a little container, but it's like a little, you put your tools in it. That's so cute. Oh my god.
The car's gotta say no once in a while. Goodness gracious.
Just say no. I remember when someone in our Discord, and he's not around anymore, but someone in our Discord bought like the Evangelion shaving set. And it came with like shaving cream and like electric razor. But anyways, this is now the Evangelion product podcast. But no, hell yeah, though. Like, I think there was, and the reason too I wanted to do this episode with you also too, Sen, is because we were talking about it one time. I don't know, and to be honest with you, I don't remember what exactly we were saying or what we were talking about, but like, you had said something like that kind of stuff is personal to me. And I kind of was like, in the 5 seconds I was processing what you said, I was thinking personal, like how? And immediately I was kind of like thinking about all the times where someone had made fun of me for it, or from knowing that kind of thing. And I remember one of the first times, and I still love their art. Okay. A lot of people will make fun of it because the way they draw it, the noses are huge noses. But Kia Asamiya was one of like the first like manga artists that I kind of fell in love with as a kid, and that was because they were doing a manga adaptation of Nadesco, and I loved Nadesco as a kid. And they had done other things like Silent Mobius, and I think Compiler was another one. Compiler is fucking weird, dude. It's fucking weird. It's a weird thing. But I remember going to the comic store, and my brother was looking at Pokemon cards or whatever. They had boxes of singles, right? And the fucking Jungle set had just came out. So, I remember these kids gathering around Sudi also looking at Pokemon cards. And I ran up to Sudi because I found a comic. I found a Nadesco comic, and it was by Kia Asamiya. And I was like, Sudi, look, it's Kia. It's Kia. They draw the fucking Nadesco comics. And the kids next to him like made fun of me. I don't remember why. They said something like,
the fuck?
They said something like, who cares? Get out of here. Or something. They must have not known that he was my brother. I don't know. But maybe that's why it's personal to me. Maybe that's why I care. You know what I mean? Because like, again, it's like what you said when you were talking about the Mononoke, the Mononoke. Like, someone made that and put it there for us to see.
Right.
It didn't exist before that. And I was just fucking talking to Kate about this. My other girlfriend, because she was one of the people who kind of got me into One Piece too, and that story is going to end pretty soon, and so like we were talking about it, and I had said something like, it's kind of crazy that we're alive at the time where this might end. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
right.
This story actually exists, and it's like we're existing at the same time. And I never got to experience things like, I wasn't alive when John Lennon said that dumb shit about Jesus or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't alive when I don't care about that stuff. I care about this stuff. Right. Like, there's somebody, okay, who did that fucking, I bet Fooly Cooley was another one. I'm trying to remember who did the episode where, Fooly Cooley, where it was the big baseball glove, Full Swing, I think the episode's called.
Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I that was probably another one for me, another moment for me where I was kind of like, that is fucking dope. I am getting to see this for the first time in America on Adult Swim live right now. You know what I mean? Like somebody that exists as I am existing right now, you know?
Right.
And maybe that's why I take it personal.
And I wonder if part of it is like because you and I both create art.
Sure.
That we view it differently, and that we know, you know, things that we have made and things that we want to make. And so we see, like, you know, when we see like animation or manga or an illustration, we also see that like it's, you know, there's somebody there who is creating something that is informed. It's informed by their very like individual experience. It's informed by, you know, where they grew up and you know, their memories and what, you know, things that they've been exposed to and things that they have, you know, exposed themselves to and things that they've pursued. And so, you know, when you and I consume artwork, we're also like seeing it as, you know, like an expression of someone's like personal experience, which I don't know. I think that viewing it in that way makes it more meaningful and personal. Not that like you know, seeing something and taking it at face value is like any less valuable. Oh
yeah, I want to. That's what I was trying to preface in the beginning. Was like, not that it matters that, you know, you can consume this in anyway, but I think for you and me, I think you nailed it again. Honestly, is it's kind of like, okay, my teacher in college explained this to me. It's called the designer curse. You start like you're driving around the street, right? You start seeing more billboards and signs, and you start going, oh wow, why did they do that font? You know what I mean? It's kind of like
man, that looks like shit.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. A lot of careers have their own version of that. Like, like my friends who are hairstylists will be like, oh my god, why would they get their hair cut like that? Why would she do a bob like that? Or, you know what I mean? Like, you know, which is kind of like, at the end of the day, your hair is your hair. It's your expression, right? But it's easy to see. It's easy to see what may or may not potentially be a flaw in other people's versions of what they're doing. And I think when it comes to anime, since we you know, at most we just do it visually, it's just kind of like well, I learned animation in college, but it was mostly Flash stuff and whatever, right? And I tried to do I have the YouTube short is up on YouTube right now, but I did like a frame by frame drawing of me punching the
Oh, I remember.
the Obari punch.
That
is what they-
rocked. Yeah.
Yeah. They call it the Obari punch because of Obari. It's like the way he drew a punch, or animated a punch. And because I wanted to see if I could do it. I don't know and I'm going to be honest with you, Sen, I don't know if I'd ever would have tried to attempt something like that if it wasn't for you and me constantly talking about this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Hell yeah.
I never fucking would have tried that. Like I got so excited when I showed it to people. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do the Atano Circus next. Let's fucking do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right. Dude, no fucking way. I have a bunch of Atano Circus like cuts saved on my Saga account. But dude, but even beyond the animation, right? There's just all kinds of artists out here. And there's now it's so crazy, Sen. There's a few artists from Japan following me on Pixiv now. And like,
oh,
that's fucking crazy, right? Like,
yeah,
they're there to consume the media. They live in the place where this kind of medium was, invented or made and created, and they're following.
You want to know something funny?
Yeah, tell me.
So I have posted like a couple sketches on my Twitter account. And this was months ago. One time I got like a comment in Japanese from like a Japanese user. And I was like, for a second, I was like super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, how did they find this? And then I did like the Google Translate option on Twitter, and it was like a porn account.
Aww, come on.
Which is just like the state of Twitter now, I guess.
And you were at the end of it, you were just like, "All right, fine, I'll sign up."
Yeah, I was like, "All right, you can suck my dick."
You got me,
right, I guess.
Yeah, don't tear my arm off, jeez. Yeah, dude, I love Pixiv, and because I deleted a lot of my social media, right? So this is kind of where I post my art, and I don't know if I would have gotten to the place I am now if it weren't for you and some of the other people posting constantly all these other artists. Like all these other artists that I've been introduced to, like like Navi Gabby and one that you and I love a lot is Yona Yamamai, which like,
oh yeah,
I had talked about her when we were talking about Kiss and I however many years ago. But I didn't know that's what her name was. I didn't know who the person was. And all I said was, oh, I really like the design of the art style of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like how.
Man, I wish she would like work on another anime, but she's like too busy doing her own shit, making big bucks, doing like ad campaigns and all that.
She just did another like Wacom or Wacom like ad thing, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had that like she has like a mural space in one of the Kinokuniya store in Atlanta or whatever. Right?
Oh, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because she just streamed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think she streamed it. I should go watch it.
And
I was
like
watching some of
like,
it and I showed it. I was like, oh, Son, did you see this?
Yeah. Which like it turned out crazy. She always pops off.
All the time.
Then it's like people like her and Kikana, like people who have backgrounds in animation or like started in animation and then like moved into either doing manga or static illustration. You see stuff that they've worked on and you're like, man, please do anime again.
Please do anime again.
Please.
It's so funny you say that because like I'm not a big virtual tuber person, which like I don't care. Like I'm not knocking it. I see why people like it. But I didn't know that Mika designed one of the HoloLive characters. And so now I'm like in love with that Hololive character.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's like, dude. And there was a Y set of that of Hololive. There's a couple of Hololive Y sets. So like, I've been going in my Weiss group on Facebook and going, if anyone has any cards with this character on it, sell it to me. I'll buy it. I'll buy it at TCG player price. Hawkus Bells, I think that's what her name is the character. She's like this little rat devil girl thing.
She has like red hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so
red
cute.
and silver hair. Yeah, she's super cute. A lot of people like I forget her name. She wears a little shark sweater. She's like a whale shark girl or something. But like a lot of people like her, which I don't know who her designer is. Which by the way, let me tell you something that just it pees on my cactus. Okay. Konami, I'm talking to you, you bunch of bitches. And actually, some of the people who designed the games, like the characters for Blue Archive and Nikkei and all them, I'm talking to them too. I understand that you want to keep things close to the vest. I totally get that. Okay. Me and Sen are some of the biggest hipsters you'll ever know. But come on. Let me know. Tell me the name of the artist who designed your characters. I want to know the names. And Sen, you look this up because it's one of my favorite decks of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. I want to know the names of the people who designed the Twin Star Twins, the Evil Live Twins in Yu-Gi-Oh! That artwork of the Evil Live Twins is so fucking sick. I can't find it anywhere because Konami just wants to like keep it a secret. Because you know what I mean? They don't want the artist to like do it for anyone else. And it's just like, God, that sucks, man. I don't know.
Which one? There's like I googled it. There's a bunch of different ones.
Evil Live Twins. Here it is, right here.
I just found out today that Katsuya Terada did a design for oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I know.
That's so stinking cute.
They don't put the artist name on these cards like they do on Digimon or Pokemon cards, you know?
Stupid.
Yeah, so like you just have to like you just will never know. I'll never know who did it. Sucks. But sorry, Terada did what now?
He did a design for a Fate Grand Order character. Which is I don't know. That's that's the coolest thing. Hold on, I'll find it.
Yeah, holy shit. Fate Grand Order is cool, man. I wish I was into it more.
He's another person that I'm like, please design for another anime. I'm begging.
I'm begging you. Well, you know what's really funny too, Sen? When we did that Studio 4C episode with the boys.
Here, this is the guy, which like doesn't look like a Fate character at all.
But you can tell though, right? Like you look at it and you're like, oh, that's fucking Terada.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like his pants. There's like a fucking embroidered design on the side of it that looks like I don't fucking know, dude. That's fucking sick.
He's so stupid. The Terada.
Oh yeah.
I was reading. I read. The reason that I found this out was because I was reading Rocketa Laughs, which you should read. Rocketa Laughs. I think you would really like it. It's like 3 short chapters. Dempa published it. It's got like a really nice. It's got those like French flaps. It's a really nice edition. But yeah, it's the Rocketa Laughs is like it's a not a hitman, but like it's who's the people that like dispose of bodies,
like a cleaner or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, he's kind of like that, and he gets like Rocketa. He gets like framed for different murders and crimes and stuff. because he's like involved in this kind of scene. And he's a bisexual king, but also like a terrible person. And so you're kind of rooting for him because he's being framed for shit he didn't do, but also like the stuff that he does do is like, you should be in jail.
Part of it. It's like you're kind of involved, man. Like,
yeah, exactly. You would love it, Sam. And it's like Terada's art, like he doesn't have very many manga because I think his art is a little too complicated a lot of the time. But it works really well, I think. Anyway,
sure.
Sorry.
For sure. Oh no, I was just gonna say that's another medium that people often forget about, which I'm thankful for analysts for actually showing them, having pages for them, is music videos.
Oh yeah.
Because Yonoyama's done a music video, and a few of them, I think. And oh man, what was that one? It's that one band, that Eve, I think that they're called. There was a music video that they just came out with. It was the guy who directed it was like he also did me. That person. Yeah, he just last year, I think they came out with them, or earlier this year. They came out with a music video, and it's like you could tell right away that was it was him, you know what I mean, who directed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, music videos too, man. Like that's another, I think, first of all, music videos in general are underrated. I wish more people would consume music videos because they're so cool. And maybe it's just because I grew up in the age of when music videos were huge. Like I grew up on TRL and MTV2 and stuff like that. But like animated music videos, you know, especially anime ones, I think are, which you could argue, oh well, the beginning of an anime, the OP is like a music video, right? But no, like just straight up, like the one I cited in the Studio 4C episode was the one that Utada Hikaru did for Passion. That was Studio 4C, and I forget the director, but that one was amazing. And you know, I'm watching it as a kid. I don't fucking know it's Studio 4C or anything like that. But, man, like someone made
There's
that shit.
one of my favorite animators, Kodai Watanabe. I think he goes by like Hanabushi on several platforms.
Sure.
But he's like doing a lot of like music videos. And it's just like, it's such a great format for animation. To like, it's short. It's like, you know, the music is, I don't know, people probably consume it differently than me, but like, it's, for me, the music is kind of like a backdrop. And so you can focus on the animation. And like a lot of short films operate the same way, where a lot of them are kind of like music videos, where it's just like you know, there's no dialogue or anything. You're just, you know, it's using the visual language to tell the story. And yeah, it's like so many great animators work on music videos. I think like Kodai Watanabe, he's like, I believe, working on a video game right now, which is like,
What's a whole nother medium, by the way.
Pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
You can't do everything. Come on. You can't be good at everything.
Fine, I'll just move on to this. And then Watanabe does it. Never mind, I'm moving on to the next thing. I quit.
Slow down. God.
It's not a race. The fuck? No, I just pick one. No, like that's a whole nother fucking medium too, right? It's video games.
Yeah.
And card games, like I mentioned, like I was just showing you these cards. But oftentimes, like Konami, right? Like they won't fucking tell me who the artist is. Like on Digimon cards and Pokemon cards and even Magic cards, pretty much any anime card game, they will cite the source on the card. They'll tell you who the artist is, or they'll tell you where it came from, right? So like on Weiss cards, a lot of Sword Art Online cards are screen caps, or they're the official art from the anime, right?
Mm.
And so it'll tell you copyright this, that, or the other thing. Kawaii is another big Pokemon artist, and the way they draw things is like, man, it almost looks like, I can't even describe it. It almost looks like smeared acrylic, but it's smooth. I'll show it to you. They did like an X-Sploud card that was super fucking cool like a couple years ago. And that they, you know, like if you go and visit some of their profiles on online or whatever, you'll see how much other stuff they do. You know, they don't, I mean, which just is kind of cool because Nintendo's the people who do the card game now, and they just will hire these artists to do, and they'll put their fucking name on it, as it should be. Like, how am I supposed to fucking know otherwise, you know? But anyways, Sen, I was going to ask you, I think aside from speaking of taking things personally, and if you don't want to get into it, we don't have to. It's AI art, right? It's just I've already said how I felt about it. Okay, I don't need to, and I'm. It's obvious how you feel about it, right? But it's just kind of like, it sucks that like Pixiv, like on Pixiv, like it gives you the option to turn it off, so like you don't have to like look at it, you know. And I don't know if I told you this. I think I did tell you this, but like I lost a few jobs this year because of it. And man, I'm trying to think of the last job I even did. I have a friend. This wasn't the last one I did, but I have a friend who, she's a single mom, okay? And she lets her son, I think he's like 12 now, 11 or 12. Maybe he's 13, actually. I don't know. But she lets her son watch horror movies, you know? Obviously, she always kind of like gauged them before just letting him watch them. Right. And, you know, he kind of grew up on that stuff. He loves that stuff now. You know what I mean? It's kind of nice because he knows that like it's fake. He knows it's for entertainment and whatever. Anyways, I guess this past year he got into Attack on Titan, right? And she was like, how much could you draw my son as like a scout, like flying through the air or whatever? Right. And so I did it, right? And I just kind of thought to myself, like, literally, like the job right after that, I lost it to someone because, like, it was this musician, and she had posted a thing like, "Hey, who wants to draw this cover for me? Do like a cute manga girl doing this or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, I'll put my bid into that for that job." A couple of days later, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I decided to just AI it," and that sucks, man. Yeah. That sucks balls. Like, and so the thing that kind of scares me is that I don't know, I think it's kind of our job to kind of keep just doing what we do and just do it better, I guess. I don't know, but like at some point, what if it starts taking over animation, right? Right. And
I think it's like because there's plenty of utility for like artists using AI, right? Like I forget if it was like on Blender, but there's like specifically for animation, there's like an AI program that can like do the paint. Like it'll you color one frame and then it'll translate that to the rest of the frames, which that's a tool for artists, that's a tool for animators, and makes things easier for them, but it just and I think that there will always be, a space for artwork made by humans. I think there will, people will always value that. It's like what we were talking about before, valuing that someone is creating something that comes from their own experiences and the heart that they put into something that they're creating with their own hands. I think there's plenty of people who value that and will always value that. But yeah, it's scary. Especially what you're talking about with commission work being, taken away by people or people using AI instead of, actual humans for commission work. It's scary. And it's a hard time to,
Well, it's also right when I started getting good at it too,
Yeah. Fuck, what was all this work for?
I was like, what the hell are you talking about, Shit.
But I think that there are people who recognize that and people who there will always be a market for people who recognize and value the labor that it takes to make artwork. Also, a lot of AI artwork just looks like shit right now. It might get better, I don't know, but a lot of it is just lacking in basic artistic principles that are the first things we learn in art school.
Yeah. The fundamentals and all that. Yeah. And that makes me feel better, honestly. And I think maybe I just might be overly sensitive to it because that happened,
Right. Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know, man. It's but that makes a lot of sense the way you say it, right? It'll never be only Yonayama can draw Yonayama draws.
Right.
Only Sen can draw how they draw. That kind of thing.
Right.
And I think it's kind of the same thing as vinyl records, right? They're kind of making this weird comeback in the last 10 years because there are people who appreciate them, right? It's kind of the core of the music industry. That's how music started becoming available to people at home, to listen to music at home, and there's just something about it that's so iconic that people will produce records now. And
people like owning it's also for the artistry, right? Because people love album covers and they'll include little special things in album releases, and people appreciate artistry and craftsmanship, and I think that it's the same way with visual arts,
Yeah, absolutely. I should have just let you talk this whole time because everything you said is on fucking point, dude. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And also because we take it so personal, maybe that's why I'm a little more sensitive to it too,
Yeah, definitely.
It sucks having to be oh, Sen, look at this thing I drew for this person, and then a couple of days later they're like, oh, by the way, I AI'd it. And it's just okay, well,
yeah. Fuck me then, I guess.
All right, yeah, I guess I'll just go fart in a fortune cookie, whatever. I'll just go eat brown foods with Nick or something, But yeah, I hope that's the case. I know definitely you and I will still appreciate it.
Yeah.
not just of everyone and the artists we talked about and all the different mediums and ways we consume things, but just in general too, you know, like, I mean, there's other animation studios out there too that I forgot to mention earlier, but like Gobelins is one of them. They're in France, right? They're huge. I remember someone in college showing me what was it? Fafnir? It was a short, and it was based like on the Greek, the wolf who ate the sun or whatever. I'll show it to you later. But they showed that to us in our animation class, and that's when I first heard about them. And man, those fucking French people can do some shit, dude.
Those Frenchies.
Fucking French people. But I think it's cool because, and I'll tell you this, I'm broke now. Okay, I don't got no money because I've been getting back into like mecha design hella, you know, and I keep spending money on model kits and art books, you know, so.
Oh, girl, I just ordered 2 art books today.
Did you
Literally,
really? Which
like
ones?
hours before. So I ordered the one that I showed you, the Tadashi Hiramatsu character. It's a bunch of his like character artwork for a million different shows. That one, and then I bought 3. So I bought I bought Near Automata. How do you say that? Near Automata.
Automata. I always say both. Yeah.
Near
Hakuna Matata.
It's like a concept design art book. It's like a bunch of it's that shit that I love. That's like a big industrial structure being overtaken by nature. It's a bunch of shit like that. And then I got the Dynazenon Heroines Archive book, which is just like I sure did. It's just it's the Gridman Universe, I think. I don't think there was one for Dynazenon, but it's the Gridman Universe Heroines art book, and it's just all the girls being cute. It's basically it.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mujina. Best girl.
Magina.
Fucking Nick, when he's... Dude, the first time Nick did that to me, I peed a little bit. I had to pee. I was like, dude, don't fucking do that. Because he sounded so serious. He was like...
you mean Magina?
Yeah, he's like, no, stop. You're pronouncing it wrong. It's Mujina. I peed a little bit. I'm telling you. Fucking Nick.
Well, don't name your character Magina then. Like, damn.
Stop.
What do you want me to call her?
Stop it. Oh my God. It's so fucking funny. Okay. As long as we're being vulnerable about our wallets, let me just tell you what's in my fucking eBay watch list, okay? Let me give you a fucking bouquet of beauty right here, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, first of all, I'm watching a bunch of these little miniature furniture things because my mom's been sending me miniature TikToks.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, Mira cabrones, I wanna put a little dresser like this on my table, you know? It's like a little dresser. I'm watching a bunch of.
Sorry, what? Does she use like little like figures, like little people or anything?
No, she wants to. She wants to start like making little.
Get her like some little calico critters.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I'm talking about? They're like the little fuzzy animals. They're the cutest thing. I kind of want to buy some for myself just because they're so stinking cute.
Oh my God, dude. She's got a bunch of little kitty figures, but they're like the little porcelain ones, you know? But she might like a couple of them.
Get her some calico critters.
I used to collect cat figures too, but she's got a majority of them because I left them with her. But I have one that looks like Pacho.
Oh.
Oh, Pacho. Dude, R.I.P. the goat. He was the Don. He was the Don Pacho. Okay, so here we go, son. I'm watching a bunch of Batgirl comics because Kamame Shirahama did the covers.
Hell yeah.
I think I told you that earlier. I showed you one earlier. Let's see. There's a couple of animation cells I'm watching too. Here's this Japan Juno art book that you showed me. It's a bunch of little kitties.
Oh,
It's a bunch of cats.
I think, are they like, they do different things, like everyday life stuff?
Yeah, like this
To
one's
like
on a
have a
laptop.
little raincoat on or something.
A little raincoat or umbrella he's holding. Yeah. Tabisuru Nyanko. Is what yeah, you showed that to me, so that's been on my watch list.
Hell yeah.
So Sin's a bad influence, so you guys know. Here's an animation cell of Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast. Let's see, what else? Oh, okay. This is another artist that I fucking love, by the way. Fumakane, Shimada Fumakane. Did like the Strike Witches stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Megami Device and Strike Witches. Wait, did he do Megami Device? Yeah, Alice Gear Aegis and Frame Arms Girl and Girls in Panzer, yeah. And he designed some of the stuff in Soccer Wars, the new Soccer Wars game, which is cool, which I didn't know until like.
Wait, I have a art book of his.
Do you really? Hell yeah, dude.
I had to I just pulled it off my shelf to double check because I didn't recognize the name. But it's a bunch of, I got it for less than, it was like $5 or something because the spine has severe damage, but it's just on the cover. So the book is in perfect condition. But yeah, it's a bunch of Strike Witches stuff, which I haven't seen, but the designs kick ass.
Yeah,
so that's why
cool.
I bought it.
Yeah. The anime is it's whatever, you know, but
yeah,
there are some parts in it that look really nice, but story wise, it's whatever. But the designs are super fucking cool, man. The character designs are nice. Awesome.
Cute girl with a bunch of guns.
Big legs, the little mecha legs.
Hell yeah. Yep.
And then Junichi Yakutsu, who's a mecha designer. They've done a lot of Gundam stuff. They have an art book on here that I didn't, I keep getting, because ever since I started looking at art books, because you were actually one of the people who were actually you can get them on eBay for cheap. There's always, because I don't know if you guys know this, okay, but Japanese standards for used things is very high. So Sen just described, there's probably a little crease and scratch on the spine, but they got it for super cheap because they were nah, this is garbage. It's less than perfect, right? So
if you're looking for Japanese art books, buy used. It'll say severely damaged, and it'll be a bumped corner. Yeah,
I've literally bought a Game Boy that they said was broken, and it was there was one line across the screen. I got it for $5. I got it for 700 yen or something like that.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, it was just a line across the screen, but it works completely otherwise, and that's an easy repair too. So
I was buying I shared it with you. I'm pretty sure it's the oh my gosh, what's his name? Katsuya. Gosh, what's it? The porn artist.
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about, right? Yes. Yep. So he
the one you showed him.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He just published a doujin 5 days ago. It came out, and I thought it was funny because I was buying a used one for that exact reason, because it'll say severe damage and it's like in perfect condition. And in the description, it notes it's like, because it's used, it's not suitable to buy as a gift for someone. I was like, this is very Japanese. I was like, all right.
You're like,
I'm buying it for myself anyway, so
it's fine. I won't let anyone else touch it. That's fine.
No one else can see my damaged goods.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, no, you showed him to me. And I think it's also because you mentioned him last time.
Stupid talented.
He's so good. He's so good. I like
the backgrounds, he's like, for the listeners, he's a porn artist. He draws porn. But he takes so much care and attention in drawing the backgrounds and the scenery. It's insane, and it makes it's like hard to even consume it as porn, because it's like, oh, this is a beautiful picture.
Right.
Oh, there's a coochie that's there. And then you go back to looking at the bedroom that they're in, because there's so many minute details. Anyways, he's insane. Highly recommend.
There are just some porn artists out there who just go there.
Stupid.
Like, they just, like, every detail of every page is just like, how? And they're not afraid to use, okay, that's another thing. They're not afraid to use references to make sure that it just looks
no, exactly.
Right. You know, you can't be afraid of that. You know, like, I used to be afraid of it because I used to think, like, oh, well, if I'm not doing it straight from my noggin, then I'm not good. Hell no.
Yeah,
the people who are good do use it. Like,
exactly.
Fucking, what's that dude's name? Hot dude. Shinichi Sakamoto. He fucking takes pictures of his assistants wearing French gowns.
Yeah.
Like, like, dude.
Oh, and it's so insane to me that, because like, he doesn't have any formal training, right?
No.
If I'm remembering correctly. And he like learned completely on digital. Like, he only works on digital.
Yeah.
Which is just like insane to me, because like, if you look at his artwork, it looks very like the design philosophy is very kind of like classic artwork. Yeah, he's insane. But like you said, he even like uses tracing sometimes, which there's no shame in tracing.
No.
It may sometimes, but
maybe sometimes, but like, you know,
use it sparingly.
He like he'll take bits and pieces of just
right
different photos he's taking himself, by the way, with the fucking like 2005 digital camera, you know, and then we'll just draw over it. It's whatever, man. Whatever you talk. I don't know what you're talking about. Get out of here, dude.
But yeah, I think I've seen the video you're talking about where or if we're thinking of the same thing, where he has his assistant pose in like a Baroque style full outfit.
It was on Naoki Urasawa's show.
Yes, yeah.
Come on, dude.
I'll do that if I got to be his assistant.
Just pose. Sen, come over here. I'm going to have Trisha punch you in the face. I need it for Fist of Summit. I'm drawing Nick punching this cat in the face. Oh, man. Well, and it's funny, too, because, like, you know, I used to kind of be scared to say I like that kind of stuff, like porn art and stuff like that. But, like, there is an artistry to doing it, man. Like, there just really
absolutely.
is. You know, when I started getting good at drawing digitally, the first comic I did was a porn comic. And, like, you know, I look back on it now and reread it once in a while just to see, like, what I would change now, which is a lot, by the way. But there's a way to do this. There's a way to do it to make it look presentable and cohesive, and even just the way you lay the panels down, you know, which I didn't know at the time. Yeah, dude. Anyway, I don't want to talk about my
Which,
stuff,
like, and a lot of, not a lot, but like a non-significant number of manga artists, like very, very talented manga artists, started in porn. And like they are that talented because they have to draw bodies that much and make the bodies look good in strange positions. I think I can't remember his name, but the Dr. Stone mangaka like started as a porn artist. I think it's not confirmed, but it's rumored that Akira Hiramoto, the prison school artist, started in porn, which is less surprising.
Come on.
But but also like he's so good at drawing like the most gorgeous women, so like it kind of makes sense.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I used to hate prison school because Nick would meme it all the time.
The anime's not great though. Like it's really
I think he likes because he read the manga with you guys, didn't he?
Yes, he did actually. He read it and then like didn't read the very last chapter. He's so infuriating. Yeah. I hate him. I don't hate him, but I hate reading shit with him because he'll do stuff like that all the time. He didn't read in Chainsaw Man. He didn't. This isn't spoilers because no one will know what it is if they haven't read it.
Right.
He didn't read the Snowball chapter.
Oh, that's right.
Read the rest of Chainsaw Man, but not like one of the pivotal chapter in the series. Insane.
Literally the chapter that like sparks the climax, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
And
that.
Also the like most emotionally impactful chapter.
My God.
He's like, it won't load for me, so I skipped it.
What website are you guys using?
I know. And it's the same website every time.
Fucking Knockington, dude.
God.
That's why you call him Knock. So he's knocking around.
There we go.
God, dude. Oh, man. Oh, Sen. You're a bad influence on me. I think that's the conclusion of this podcast. Like, Trisha was like, what do you want for your what you finna have for Christmas? And I'm like, nothing. Please don't get me anything. I don't need no more art books. I don't need no more model kits. Don't listen. Nope. Shit. Whatever Sen tells you, do not listen to them. I don't need no nothing. Just take me out to lobster. I want lobster. I want a lobster really bad right now. Shout out to Sudi. He can't have shellfish. But like, yeah, no, like I this appreciation that I have for art now, that I feel more comfortable talking about it now. I don't know why I ever felt alone in that, And now that I don't, it feels way more fun to like,
hell yeah,
just explore this world of art. I mean, I love other artists too. Like I do appreciate things like what like people have like Lewandowski. He does a lot of death metal art covers, album covers. Rest in peace. I do appreciate like what Dali has done and Picasso and all them, obviously, and whatever. Okay, big names, Lily Elb, all them. But it's not a secret to anybody, at least I don't think it is, that my favorite artist is Frida Kahlo. She considered herself a naive artist, and I kind of consider myself the same. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like the way that she drew her pain is kind of like how I feel. Not when I'm drawing titty pictures, obviously, right? Those are to take the pain away, if you know what I mean.
An expression of Psalm's trauma.
Yeah. See, this one I was exploring the traumatic experience of when I saw titties. No, like, but I think, yeah, she's one of my favorite artists ever too. I love Frida Kahlo.
Hell yeah.
I think at some point whenever I go to the next place that she'll allow me to like paint with her. You know, I hope. I pray every day that would happen. But like to explore this side, this section of art where there's all kinds of Japanese artists doing, you know, music videos, murals, just prints, you know, pieces on watercolor paper, lithographs, animation, character sheets. Maybe they're just a character designer, you know? I love exploring all that. And I love it even more so now that I get to do it with you.
Hell yeah. I think we kind of like feed into each other's geekdom.
and drain my wallet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, but we know, joking aside, we absolutely do. And
100%.
It's like the complete opposite of how people made me feel when I was a kid. And it makes me feel better. And I love that. And it's, you know, it's just like, I don't know, makes me feel blessed to have done this podcast. And so I got to meet you and do that kind of thing.
Aww.
I got one more question for you. Let me ask you this. For me, I'll let me answer it first, and then I'll ask you because I want you to pop off, if you know what I mean. The question is, what would you, if you were hired to do something in whether it's for video games or an anime production or a movie or whatever, what would you like to do? And for me, I would love to do a character design for like maybe an anime or a video game. I like character design. I like just drawing characters, you know, so like that's really fun for me. What would you like to do?
Oh,
if you had a chance, like the fucking production community, the producers came to you and said, "Hey, we like your chops. Here's all these positions that we think you could do. Which one do you want to do?"
I think so I don't think that I'm creative enough to like
lies.
Well, I don't think that like I truthfully like you're a much more creative person than me. Like I just like the way my brain works. I'm not trying to talk you up right here. I'm being serious. Like my brain just like I'm not good at like imagining things. You know what I'm saying? In a way that like I think you are really good at that.
Yeah, sure.
I do think that like I have an eye for color. So I've felt this way for a long. Oh, Sam, I don't think so.
No, my color theory is like from 2005.
Oh.
Like, I need to.
But like that's its own aesthetic. Like I don't know.
I blame Smokey. He's been great his whole life, so all I see things. Is great, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I would actually be good at color design. I like Michiyo Yasuda. She did a bunch of the Ghibli movies. She did Ponyo, the color design for Ponyo.
Oh, sure.
And it's just like I think people don't realize like how important color design is for like.
No, for real.
Yeah. Translating the emotions of a scene. And I think that's something that I would actually be good at. Yeah, because I can't do all of the like, you know, thinking of. Some people like have a million OCs, like original characters that they, you know, draw and have their own little stories, and it's just like that's not in my brain. That's something I think you could do, Sam.
I have one OC, two, maybe. And then I have the three of us in Fist of Summit, right? Where it's like alternate versions of us, right? But I mean, I don't know. I just like when I draw a character, right?
But also, like, you kind of do, like, all of the cute girls that you draw, Like,
Yeah,
those are
like-
kind of OCs.
I just like drawing them because they're cute. I don't know. I just like because they're cute, you know? Like
Yeah.
yeah, I just like I want to see, like I'll start sketching and I'll be like, okay, I want to draw this girl wearing this and with this color hair and this look.
Yeah.
And then I'll just do it. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I guess a lot of people, so like on my business cards, I put the one picture, it's like this girl that I drew where she's got blue hair and she's holding Smokey.
The headphones, does she have headphones on, right?
She's got, well, no,
or am
she's
I
got,
thinking of, she's got the pigtails, right?
she's got like the pigtails with the stars on her head.
Gotcha. Yeah, that one's so good. I love that one.
A lot of people like that one. So I made prints of them. One person has bought it already, but like, no, a couple people have. A couple people have bought it. And I don't know. I have this thing. I was just looking at my folder earlier today of, because I'm moving files over to my external hard drive and backing them up. There's been quite a few pieces where I just like will draw a cute girl and a cat. Like I just they're holding
Why
a kitty.
wouldn't you?
I know. Like
What
that's
else
what I
would
mean.
you
Like,
draw?
I'm just gonna make a whole zine or art book of just girls with kitties.
Oh, hell yeah. I would buy that up some.
Would you
Do it
seriously?
right now. Yes.
Cats, dude.
There's a market for that for sure.
There absolutely is. Because like the cover photo I used for my Pixar profile is a witch with a cat, and maybe I should make a print of that too. Like I don't know, like it's like
Hell yeah.
I love cats.
My favorite one of yours is the one with like it's a girl with pink hair and she's got her pose is like she's kind of crouching and her like sneakers kind of closer to the camera. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the Kill Bill one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good, Sam. It's so stylish. I love the line work on that one.
I think that's where kind of, because I went to school to be a graphic designer. Like I've told a lot of people that. That's kind of where I can kind of put this talent and that talent together. And I think that's why because I really wanted to make something that was, the piece that inspired this was, number one, I had just watched Kill Bill Volume 2. And number two, someone, it might have been you or Sean, I don't know, or maybe it was Ev. They posted a piece in our Discord of like, you know, really cute, like girl wearing these huge ass sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a sneakerhead. Like there's Ev, Sean, and Ed in our Discord. There's big, and I think Shin too. They're big sneakerheads.
Mm-hmm. I
am not a sneakerhead. I can appreciate the like collectability and like people wanting to collect sneakers and do all that cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wanted to capture that in a graphic way. And then this piece also kind of inspired the t-shirt that we have up on our store right now too. The retro girl with the, I think you bought it.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah. That
one's so cute.
Yeah, like I don't know. It was the sneakers for me.
Yeah.
And then when it came to the face, I kind of wanted to just do something.
It's so dynamic. Also, like sneakers are really fun to draw.
Dude, they are. And I don't remember the reference I used for this one. I think it was a couple different shoes I used, and I laid them over each other. But
you can with sneakers, you can kind of like make up whatever.
You kind of can,
right?
Yeah. You really can. Like these stripes and kind of the back part of the tongue or the whatever it is. It's like the picture I had. There were lows, where these shoes are kind of high shoes, you know. But yeah, that and bunny girls. I really like bunny girls.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Oh man. Okay, so that's my next thing. That's what we got out of this podcast. I'm gonna do a whole art book of just girls holding cats.
Hell yeah.
That's okay. Thank you. That was the whole point. You're a sucker. You thought you were just guessing on here to talk about art. That was the true goal.
It was a brainstorming.
It was
session.
a brainstorming session. Fucking Sen, you sucker. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Sen, I love you.
Love you too.
Color design, man. You'd be really good at that.
I think so too.
Okay. Wait, let me ask you one more thing. So a lot of people make fun of Sen in the Discord, and it's really funny. I try not to laugh, but it's kind of funny. A lot of people will poke fun at Sen and be like, Uh, oh yeah, Sen will like this manga because it just has a bunch of backgrounds.
Look. There's I think about this literally like once a week. I don't know if you've read Satoshi Kon's Opus. It's like one of the few manga that he's done. But it's okay. It's all right. But it's very like it takes advantage of the medium and like is very aware that it's a manga. It's about a manga artist. And there's one part where I can't remember the exact narrative, but I think he's trying to like make a deadline or something, and they're talking about backgrounds, and his assistant is talking about backgrounds or something, and he's like, nobody cares about backgrounds, and then like the next couple of panels are completely blank. Like, oh my god. And it's like, it's so true, like people really don't care about backgrounds, but they're so important. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was done. No, yeah, that's exactly like that's what I was gonna ask you, is like, do you think you could ever do that if a producer came up to you and said, not. No, come on, you could.
No way.
I think you could.
Because like,
you should try it. You should try it.
To do art direction, you have to like, I don't know, but I would assume that you would have to like have an eye for photography, you know?
Oh, which no, you're right. Yeah, sure.
I don't think I have that. The decisive moment. I learned that term in my photography course.
Yeah. Did they like loan you a camera and all that shit and you had to take pictures?
No, it was like more photography history.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Which is like some things like that, like the quote unquote decisive moment is like, I think there's some qualities, a lot of things in art and artistic endeavors you can absolutely learn. Like it's so much of art is just like practicing and learning and using observation. But there's some things like the decisive moment, like knowing the exact point in time to take a photo and also be aware of every other compositional element in the frame is like something that some people are born with and some people just don't have. And I think there's a few like artsy qualities like that I just don't possess.
I don't think I have that either.
Yeah.
No way. I remember showing a piece to Sen, like, or I think it was a part of my comic. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this background. I just put it there because it was supposed to be Danny in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. And
Sen's like first response was, background shouldn't exist. I don't give a fuck. They're stupid. And I'm like,
well, a lot of manga artists now use either photographs or like whatever CG pack is on Clip Studio.
Yeah. Which I haven't messed with yet. I know you and some other people were telling me to do that. But in the last chapter, I just used photos and I just warped them however I needed them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But again, want to reiterate for everyone who is an artist, maybe listen to this, just use reference photos.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Reference.
And if you're doing nudies, just go on Pornhub and find that thing. You know what I mean? And just yeah, no, seriously, like that sounds.
Get Trisha to pose for you.
Yeah, for me it's Trisha, so that's easy. But like, there's a couple of pieces I have on here that she did post for me.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll show it to you later. Son's always hitting on Trisha, and I'm not mad about it. I get mad, but I make pretend like I'm mad, but I'm not. But
can you blame me?
No, absolutely not. If Trisha, listen, this is how I feel about Trisha after being with her for 15 years. Okay, guys, let me just, so I don't have to talk about it again. If Trisha cheated on me, I would apologize to her. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. All right, like she's just fucking crazy. I don't know what her deal is. No, but that's fucking cool though, man. I'm so glad I got to talk with you with about you again, and we got to hit on a lot of things that I forgot to hit on last time, because I think last time we ended up just geeking out about a bunch of different artists. But there was even a bunch of artists that I forgot to mention last time too that we talked about today. So I guess
probably still forgot some today. Like absolutely, I forgot some to mention.
Last time you did also mention Maruo as well.
Oh,
we did Laughing Vampire and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's just one of the best manga artists to ever, be in the medium. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's a good example for anyone who is, wanting to study paneling. His paneling is insane. He draws like very attractive pages. Like Kamome Shirahama is also good at this, like drawing, having the page, not just like the individual panels, but having the page be attractive. And like you could take a page out of Witch Hat, like any page, and hang it on a wall. But Maruo is also just so adept at storyboarding in a way to like guide the reader's eye in a way that is I very seldom come by in manga. Like he has very discreet control over how you're reading a manga. And he does horror manga too, which makes it even a little more unnerving. He's insane, but also like draws a lot of really fucked up shit, so I don't know that I like recommend him for many
just anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Some would like him.
Right. Son gets it. Oh, this person's bleeding and having sex? Oh, Sam, you'd like this one.
That's basically it, Sam. Like, I'm not even joking.
Oh, this one got monster fucking in it. Son would like this one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I would. And last time I told you I would read it, and I haven't read it yet. But yeah, dude, we could probably do another episode of this if we're just talking about some of our favorite artists that were. Lately,
yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? Like, which, if you guys want to, then we'll do it. But if not, then I know Sen's really busy. They got a boxing match coming up. I think they're fighting a kangaroo or something.
Yeah, wish me luck.
Yeah, I don't even know how weight classes work in that case, but I'm pretty sure the kangaroo that they're going up against is like 10-0, and like 1-0. So I don't know. You could actually go on sportbets.com and bet on it right now if you want. Of course, I got 200 on the kangaroo. That's beside the point.
That's fucked up.
Well, there was. What do you fucking want from me? You seen the dude? Anyways, you were at the weigh-in. Okay, so anyways, it doesn't matter. If you want us to, then we totally will. If you want us to do it, focused on a certain animator or mangaka or whatever, I'm sure we could probably do a whole fucking episode of Sakaga Moments or something like that. The last time we did that, I wish I had chosen some other ones, and I don't think we did that episode right, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, Or I mean, if the Plummet Boys do another fucking, if Gizmo does another studio thing, I mean, I would love to go over there with you and do that too. That was fun. The Studio 4C episode is so fun, you guys.
Oh, like, yeah, I love talking about that.
Yeah, fucking Sen reads me like a book, dude. They're like, oh, I bet you this is Sam's favorite short out of the Genius Party shorts. Yeah, dude, it's so fucking funny. I'm easy, man. I'm easy as fuck. With Sen is kind of like an eclectic, right? So like, there's so many things, but there's a few niche things, right? Like if there's a fucking single father or a masked daddy like Bondry.
Someone with a mask, yep.
It's over, dude. It's over. But no, I think that's kind of it. I think that's another reason I think why you and I bond over it so much is because we're kind of eclectic in that way. There's like, I'll share this thing with Sen where it's like, oh, like check out this, like the way this person does like the costume design on this. And then Sen will share with me like some mecha thing. And then I'll share with them some vampire horror bullshit. I don't know if I can know. It's just like, I think that's what makes it fun too, is we kind of have an eclectic taste over that kind of thing. That being said, if you want to hear more Sen, they were on the Otakon app because they went to Otakon with Danny and Kai and all them. And then they were on the Studio 4C app, which was super fun. And then there was another one I thought you were on, wasn't there? Oh, okay. Well, shit. Or if you want to hear this one, yeah, hell yeah. And then obviously, you know, on pay-per-view when they fight the Kangaroo this weekend. But, yeah, dude, if you want to hear more about that stuff, man, I'm more than happy to talk about that stuff. You know, I know there's a couple of other people in the Discord who also like the stuff like Snowman and Gizmo and them. And yeah, dude, I had a lot of fun. I always have fun talking about this with you, whether it's on the mic or off. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I could do it for years. It's at some point I'd have to go to the bathroom, but you know, I can hold it. I'll hold it for you. Tell me that's not the most romantic thing someone's ever said.
Oh my gosh. My heart's beating fast right now.
I told you. Actually, I still got the game. Y'all think I'm playing. Every time I put over Sen, I'm saying it on business, so shut the fuck up. Anyways. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for coming on and doing this with me again. And I'm so sorry that I made you do it with me again.
Oh, you should be sorry.
Oh, man. I can't believe that. Those technical fuck ups like that, man, they ruined me for days. I'm like, God, no, I can't believe it. It was such a good convo, but yeah. I feel really good about this one. This one was super fun. Hell yeah. I had way more fun this time around. I don't know why. Probably just because it's winter and winter sucks. I'm cold. I haven't finished hibernating. Storing all the salmon in my belly. Anyways, if you guys want to hear more Sen, they got an OnlyFans with their feet pics as well, so you can do that too.
So I don't know if these people can afford it. I'll be honest with you.
The ongoing joke about Sen's feet. Actually, not even just Sen, like everyone's feet. Zayla's feet. Zayla will just post pictures of his cat.
He posts them for free. He puts the dogs out for free.
He doesn't even censor them. He could be making hundreds of dollars right now. At least
crop it, you know?
Crop it out, man. What are you doing?
Good gravy.
Yeah. That's one sub, man. One sub equals, I don't know. That's how you could do $100. I pay $100 for that. Except I'm not, because it's on there for free right now. I'll just Discord search all the pictures of Tia, and there they are.
Yep.
Can't believe it, dude.
Yeah,
no,
Tia
I'm just
and
kidding.
The dogs.
Tia and the dogs. That's the name of my new folk core band. Tia and the dogs. Nah, dude, like it's fucking dumb jokes. But yeah, dude, if you guys want to hear more art stuff with me and Sen, maybe we can figure something out or do something fun. I don't know. I always love and you guys should follow the TikTok more, because one thing that me and Danny came up with that's kind of cool is we're doing this thing called host collection where the hosts share like just stuff on their shelves. And
oh, I love that.
Yeah, the last thing I shared was my Mari figure that Yoniyama, based on the Yoniyama Radio Ava ones.
Yeah. It's like her color palette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing y'all people be fucking up my wall on the retail channel. Just, hey, Sam, look at this figure. No. Yeah, dude. And I wanted to share some of my art books too, and I think you guys would get a kick out of that. So, at some point, I would like to extend that to like people who follow us and listen to our podcast. So maybe and you don't have to show your face or anything like that, but like, or your you could just show it on your table or something. But like, show us some of your art books or something, and maybe we could share it or stitch it or something on TikTok. I'm having a lot of fun making TikToks. I'll just tell you that. TikToks are fun, and I'm not a big TikTok person, but like now I'm kind of into it. And
that's the algorithm will get you some.
It's dude. I watched this Korean girl eat a whole thing of pork belly, and it was the coolest.
I'm telling you.
I'm like, bruh. I don't care if those videos are fake
the
or
hoof
whatever.
Trimming videos.
Oh man, the hoof trimming videos, man. I relate to them cows, man, because my feet are broken, right? So like, whenever the hoof GP is my favorite guy, and whenever he's making a cow feel better with their feet, I'm like, man, come over here and trim mine.
What is it? The white line defect.
The white line defect. It's like on the edge of their hoof, they have a white line.
Yeah.
I want him to come over and shave my hooves right now, man. Whatever you're doing with them cows, do it to my feet. Making them feel good.
Sam's got a white line defect.
I got a white line defect on my feet. That's why I can't post them on OnlyFans. Oh man. All right. God, see me and fucking. We're just gonna keep joking about dumb stuff for the next hour.
I know.
Yeah. Anyways, I love you guys very much. Thank you for listening every week. For those of you listening to this on Patreon right now, shout out to you guys. Thank you for being patrons, and it'll be up on public feeds sometime later. For those of you listening to this on the public feed right now, thank you. I love you too. I love you just the way you are. Okay. And yeah, I've been Sam. That's been Sen. And this has been the Anime Summit Podcast.